So here's an idea. Bungie should introduce an advanced challenge system within the endgame of Destiny's PvE, with the whole emphasis being on giving very devout and serious players new ways to test their skills. My name is Joker, and I'd like to welcome you to some Destiny House of Wolves expansion gameplay. I've been playing through some of the Queen's missions that have been given to us in the form of dailies from the past month, and I've been changing it up a little bit. I've been, in a sense, challenging myself to keep the game fresh and keep it fun. So what I've been doing in these dailies have been trying to see how many precision kills I could line up back to back without missing. And the whole goal was to challenge myself to really focus in on the skill set of whatever weapon I was choosing to use for that instance. Now, after trying this a few times, it occurred to me that Destiny could really benefit from adding a system to the game where it would actually challenge players to use a certain kind of weapon, not just being a fusion rifle like that same bounty we've seen 1,000 times, but assigning players on a weekly basis to use one specific primary weapon, with the challenge being to pull off some sort of relatively difficult feat. Like, for example, challenging players to use a scout rifle and landing 100 precision kills without missing one bullet. As soon as you miss a shot, the counter resets and you have to retry it. Now, using a scout rifle is rather straightforward, so it's something that I enjoy using. It's a lot of fun. But if you take that same approach and you apply it to, say, an auto rifle, all of a sudden, the whole challenge will immediately impact how you use that weapon. So instead of spraying and praying and just unloading a full clip, now you have to burst fire your weapon. You have to carefully time all of your shots, and it will really test your skills with that weapon in a completely new way. Now, since this idea is built around the premise that it's specifically targeted for very serious and devout players, then I feel that the reward ought to be something a lot better, in my opinion, than simply just gaining a lot of XP or a physical reward like a gun or materials. The current end game could benefit tremendously by simply adding a new medal system, as in earning certain medals that would be like an insignia that you could add to whatever emblem you're using, that would signify to other players that you pulled off this feat and you in fact earned that medal. And this would work within Destiny because it would still incentivize both subsets of players. In other words, it would give an incentive to the casual recreational player to continue to play and have the hopes of earning some kind of medal, while at the same time satisfying and incentivizing the desires and needs of highly skilled and very serious players that put a lot of hours into this game. Now, I'm sure that many of you would agree out there that at present within Destiny's PvE endgame, there's not really a whole lot of depth in terms of the activities that you can do now. Since both Vault of Glass and Crota's End have not had their level caps increase, so they're still at level 30 and 33 respectively on hard modes, the only true challenge that we have right now until the Taken King comes out is doing the level 35 Prison of Elders against Skolas. But I would argue that that challenge in the 35 prison is pretty one-dimensional. It's the same fight every single week with slightly different modifiers that are not burns anymore. So I guess my main point is that as of Destiny patch 1.204, there's not a whole lot of variety in the PvE endgame if you're looking for a true skill challenge. I think an advanced challenge system like this would be logical for the game. It would also keep Bungie consistent with their last game, which was Halo Reach. Reach had a very nice challenge system where you had 4 daily challenges that would be the equivalent of what daily bounties are in Destiny, and then there would be the occasional true skill challenge in the form of completing a campaign mission with Lasso, as in legendary with all skull modifiers on. Personally, I felt that that system was pretty sweet. It kept both spectrums of the community fairly engaged. You had the casual players feeling rewarded for their work doing the daily missions, and then by providing an occasional difficult challenge like a campaign mission with Lasso, it would allow the more devout players who were looking for a true skill challenge to feel rewarded and feel like there was a part of the game that was still there for them. At present, within Destiny's PvE experience, the game is lacking tremendously of something truly fresh, something very new that challenges players in new ways. And this is why I propose that Bungie implements some sort of an advanced challenge system that's not just a bounty or daily or weekly bounty assignments, but something a little deeper and something that provides a new layer of variety to play within PvE. An idea like this also wouldn't be so radical of a change because, we've seen things like this before in other AAA first-person shooters. If you look back just a couple of years to Call of Duty Black Ops 1, their multiplayer had a very interesting challenge system in the form of contracts. They were daily assignments that had both ends of the spectrum. They had some pretty straightforward contracts, and then they had some that were a little bit more engaging, but not impossible to do. In a nutshell, my friends, this is a general proposal that I think makes a lot of sense for Destiny. I'd love to hear your thoughts out there for this idea and any others that you might have on how we could improve Destiny's endgame. If you stuck around this long in the video, I just want to thank you for your time and for hearing out these ideas here today. Like this video if you liked it, and thank you for for hanging out and watching. I'll see you next time.